Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night and you couldn't move? So if you believe in life after death, this video will make total sense to you. At least it will make sense to you. If you don't, I think it won't. So if you believe in life after death, you believe you are not this body. Right? You probably believe you are a spirit. You believe you are a consciousness. I don't know how you call it, how you name it. But, alright, so if you believe you're not this body, you probably also believe in multidimensionality, that there are other realms, other planes, other places that your consciousness can manifest, right? So we can also say that there are other places other than this one, other than this reality that we see with our human eyes. Alright, so there is so much more, right? So, considering that you are not this body, what I believe and what I've been seeing as something real, like for many years of my life, after studying a lot, because at first I really wasn't understanding what was going on when I was a child. But what I can tell you is that what happened when you experienced sleep paralysis was that your body was asleep, but you as a consciousness, as a spirit, you were awake, you were aware. So that's basically it, right? And a lot of people are afraid of it. Many people, they go nuts. When I was really young, I used to be really afraid. I used to scream and trying to move and couldn't move, and my voice was like it sounded like as if it were inside of a bubble. I could hear my own voice, but it sounded different and no one could hear me. So it wasn't a pleasant experience. But the whole thing changed when I started understanding what was going on. And how did I do that? By looking for information, by studying, get information, knowledge, and most importantly, putting what I learned into practice. And that's what I'm gonna try to bring you today. So what happens during that state? You're aware your body is asleep. Should you go nuts? No. It's totally normal. If you ask people, you will know that it's completely normal. I think what happens here and like nowadays in this society is just lack of information, so that's why people are afraid. Most people are afraid of things when they don't understand what's going on. So try to understand the whole process. Watch videos like this one, try to read about it, maybe take courses, whatever you can do to understand it in a better way. This will help you a lot, because the next time it happens, you won't freak out. You'll probably be able to relax at least a little bit more, and then on the next time it will be easier, and so on. Okay, we can consider that we have many different bodies. I believe we are a consciousness, but we manifest our consciousness through different bodies. So we have this physical body, and you have an astral body, or a lot of people just call it like a spirit, my spirit, or if somebody had an experience such as seeing a ghost, they say, I saw a spirit. So we also have this spirit, right? So we have the physical body and we have our ghost, our spirit, which I usually call our astral body. So we have the physical body and the astral body. And making the connection between these two bodies, we have the energy body. And there's a lot of energy exchange going on there, and we have all the chakras. And also, a lot of people mention that we have a mental body, which is not our consciousness yet, but they say it's the closest to. We still have a lot of research to do. We don't know a lot of stuff. That's the truth. As far as we could go, what we know nowadays, what we've agreed, that is true. Consciousness can manifest in many different ways. But just for us to have an overview of the whole thing. So we are consciousness manifesting itself through many different bodies. So if you had the chance to wake up while your body was still asleep, I think that's great. It's a great proof that life goes on, that you're not this physical body, and you're having an opportunity to see reality more as it is. Because you could have gone through your whole life thinking that everything that exists is only this physical dimension that we see with our eyes. And I've actually started thinking that, and actually, at least from my point of view, I started understanding that reality is not just what we see with these human eyes. There's so much more. And if you can develop some abilities to perceive, to notice other aspects of reality, you will start having a more complete view of what reality is. And it's far from being complete. I'm just saying that you will have more and more information. Like, the more you develop your abilities, the more stuff you're going to notice. And it's great. I think it's amazing, right? It's endless, but it's an amazing process. So, and I don't know if you know, but when you're experiencing sleep paralysis, you're basically one step away from having an astral projection, probably a very lucid astral projection. Because what's happening there? It's like your physical body is there, and you're probably, let's imagine this is your astral body. When you're awake, like during the day, it's like one body, but it's all happening at the same time, right? It's hard for us to understand, but they're like attached to one another. And when you fall asleep, when you have an astral projection, this one goes away, right? But when you're experiencing sleep paralysis, sometimes it's like this. Maybe your legs are floating, but your head's still there, or maybe the opposite. And it's not like as precise as I am saying right now. It could be like one arm is attached and the other one is detached. It can really vary. Yeah, but what happens a lot is that the head is still here and the legs start floating. I don't know, it will vary from person to person. So when you're experiencing that, maybe if you don't feel ready to leave your body, or maybe it's not even possible for you to leave it easily, because maybe you would need to move your energies a little bit. Maybe there are some dense energies that you will need to make them more fluid, and it's totally normal if you're not used to having astral projections. Maybe moving your energies would help a lot. So if you don't feel ready, or if you're still not able to leave your body, you could think something like, okay, I can't move right now, but I understand what's going on. So maybe I will lift my hand of my astral body and take a look and see how it looks like. Or maybe I'll take a look around. Or maybe I'll try to sit down and take a look at my physical body. there are so many things that you could do, and when you stop being afraid, it changes the whole picture, you know. So I really encourage you to study, to get information, and to put the information you're getting into practice. I really think this will change your life. Being aware of multidimensionality, that life goes on, it changes your perspective of life. You start seeing things in a different way, and I can only see it as a good thing. Of course, balance is important. Like, if you should study that, you should value it, but please value your life in this dimension as well. And I think as time goes on, in a more generic way as a society, I really believe, I really don't think we're too close to that, but I really believe that what we're heading to is being multidimensionally aware beings. We'll be able to understand that life is not only life in this dimension. Yeah, maybe one day everybody will be aware of it and will make good use of it. But as it's not happening right now, if it happened to you, I think it's a good sign, and I think you should go for it. Just be wise, be responsible, and things are gonna work out. So if you would like to know more about this topic, if you would like to know more about moving your energies, about manipulating your energies, of maybe more about astral projections, if you have questions, if you have comments, please leave them in the comment section down below. And I've actually already recorded a video with 5 tips for you to have an astral projection, and I'll leave the link up here somewhere. I really hope it's useful to you, and I really hope this video helped you somehow. So if you liked it, leave a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do, so you won't miss anything. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. Most of the content there is still in Portuguese, but I'm gonna make an effort to share more stuff in English, because I know that there are people who don't understand Portuguese and they would like to know more about what I'm talking to you here and other things. So that's it for today, and I'll see you next time.